Hello and welcome. I am Daffy Roth, and this is my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we are going to be continuing our playthrough of Resident Evil: The Darkside Chronicles for the Wii. On our last episode, we did finish up the Code Veronica portion of the game. Chris did make an appearance. I like some of the changes they made, in particular with the Alexander fight. I believe it's Alexander Asher fight. It makes more sense, like, canonically, I guess, like, at least with the game and how he ends up on the, on that crane thing in the one room. But anyhow, that fight was really cool. I guess the fight with Steve was a little bit embellished, I guess. I mean, in the game, in Code Veronica, he actually never fought him. He just ran away from him, and then he ended up defending Claire. So I still think their whole relationship is just weird. I mean, I guess in the sense that in Code Veronica they were separate a lot, and this, like, they were together throughout the whole thing. So maybe I can see that. I just don't see Claire falling for some annoying kid. That's all. I mean, maybe she has, like, a motherly thing towards him, I guess. I don't know. That boss fight, though, is just really annoying. And I'm beginning to realize there is a lot of sexual overtones. Like, that, it looks like a plan, but it looks like other things, too. It's just really weird. Well, Resident Evil's got some weird stuff going on, and, if you really dig into the lore, there's some weird, dark stuff going on. But I digress. So today we pick up where we left Leon and Jack, and we are going back to the jungles of South America with Operation Javier, and I believe that's the end of it. I do think that there's a like another kind of chapter thing where it goes from Jack's side. So I guess we'll see about that. But for now, why don't we go ahead and get into the archives that I did unlock here after I left you the last time, and we'll jump into that portion. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
Resident Evil: The Darkside Chronicles.
So for enemies, we have Steve Monster, Steve Burnside, after being injected with the T. Veronica virus by Alexia Ashford. His body was unable to coexist peacefully with the virus, and he became a monster. Due to the virus's effects on his brain, he has lost all sense of reason or self. Now he exists only to attack. With no concept of friend or foe, his new monster strength is impressive, allowing him to destroy a stone statue. With a single swing of his axe, attacking its exposed heart will slow it down. Yeah, I always do find it funny that, like, they just shrink back to normal. Like, that, his body went through some horrific changes. But his grace speed makes escape all but impossible. First form, Alexia. She still retained much of her human form, and her blood now bursts into flame upon contact with air. The sinewy plant skin that covers her body, with the exception of half her face, is extremely hard and can deflect bullets. Oh, well, this explains everything. This just explains everything on why it looks like this. Her lower body is one gigantic fallopian tube. She is unable to move from the spot where she sits, but her tentacles, as well as the ant larvae she produces, can still attack tenaciously. The biggest weak spot is protected by a lens-shaped membrane that, even when destroyed, will regenerate after a certain period of time. Dealing fatal damage to Alexia is all but impossible without the use of the linear launcher left by Alexander. See, that was weird too. That whole thing. Third form, Alexia. Continuing the evolutionary process, Alexia separates her her upper body from the giant fallopian tube, and with her newly developed wings, she can now fly. Buzzing around in midair, she attacks by spreading her blood and letting it burst into flame. She will continue to move quickly as long as her strength permits, but her speed will decrease as she takes damage. As with her second form, dealing fatal damage to Alexia is all but impossible without the use of the linear launcher left by Alexander. Too bad we can't keep that. Alright, items. We've got Alexia's choker, a necklace Alexia was wearing around her neck in Code Veronica. When the red stone was removed and examined, it yielded the proof of the true successor of the Ashford estate, Alexia's jewel. The golden dragonfly, an object made by combining 5 smaller objects that resembles a dragonfly. In Code Veronica, it opened the door to the hall that leads to the control room and the Antarctic base. T. Veronica, a virus created by the genius scientist Alexia Ashford. To prevent a dispersion incident, the extreme climate of the Antarctic base was chosen to culture the virus. Actually, that makes sense. She used Queen Ant DNA, which possessed the power to uniformly control all other organisms with absolute dominion. Traces she hoped the virus would inherit. In order for it to coexist with its host and leave the host's conscious mind intact, there would need to be a long, low-temperature incubation period of at least 15 years. Alexia put herself into a cryogenic sleep in an attempt to achieve complete coexistence with the virus. Its astounding reproductive dispersion capability allows it to replicate itself indefinitely, destroying already existing ecosystems. Alexander's memo. My father, Edward, discovered the progenitor virus in cooperation with Lord Spencer, who is also of noble blood. They studied it for the purpose of military use. Eventually, their research took shape. They named a variation of the progenitor virus the T-virus to camouflage the research. They established the Umbrella Corporation. I majored in biogenetics and have been involved with the top secret project supporting my father's research. However, my research went through a difficult phase and my father died in the middle of the project. We are now at a major disadvantage against the other researchers, as there is a great competition in the field of T-virus research. I have disgraced the honorable name of the Ashford family that our great ancestor Veronica established. If nothing is done, Umbrella will be taken over by Spencer. I must expedite the project to its fullest without being detected by Spencer. After much thought, I decided to establish a large-scale advanced research facility. It will be located in the transport terminal that I created inside the abandoned mine in the Antarctic. Within the facility, I'll have a room built. It will be similar to the design of my mansion, the legacy of the late George Trevor. I will be able to cherish my sweet memories there. For security purposes, this confidential project will be given a code name. It is the same name of the beautiful ancestor of the Ashford family, Veronica, with whom I wish to revive. I'm confident that the results of my research will be as glorious as her name, and that honor will be restored to the Ashford family again. Code Veronica report. After many long years of research, I finally identified the inheritance element that determines the intelligence of man. I even succeeded in manipulating the absolute value of intelligence artificially by recomposing the base element of the element. I then sampled the gene of our great ancestors, manipulated its element, then implanted it into the unfertilized egg of a surrogate mother. What I didn't expect was that twins, a boy and a girl, would be born. The boy had higher intelligence than normal, but not high enough for him to be considered a genius. However, the girl had unmatched intelligence that easily allowed her to be classified as a genius. She was exactly what I had been looking for, the revival of our great ancestor. I have already found suitable names for each of them. The girl shall be Alexia, and the boy Alfred. I'm certain that Alexia would elevate the name of the Ashford family to extreme glory. Alexander Ashford. Well, yeah, that turned out good, didn't it? Alright, and that covers that. So, I did do some more upgrades. I believe with the machine pistols looking pretty good, so. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the next chapter. All right, so what do we want to take? Yeah.
I believe Manuela is infected with the Veronica virus, which means it could spread throughout this land. But why would Javier infect his own daughter? And how can she maintain her human form? How does she sustain it without transforming into something horrific, like Steve?
Leon! Leon!
Man, the way he says Steve. Steve.
You okay? Not really. But we gotta keep going. Well, that was a nice, refreshing dip, huh?
We need to find Javier! The water's risen!
Leon, when does just sidestepping zombies ever worked out for us? You know they're gonna come alive. Just shoot them now. Look, see? Now you got blood all over your face.
It's dark. Monsters. We're gonna have to run the hell of the day, huh? At least I got you here back in the episode, huh, Boy Scout?
You're not gonna ask me to hold your hand up!
Good. Only your aim is your jokes.
So it looks like we're back in like chapter 2 again, is essentially where we're at.
Better be careful! I can't believe Manuela's Javier's daughter!
It wasn't in the report. Maybe she was from one of his mistresses.
Regardless, she must really hate her father if she came through all this just to get away from him.
Well, we can ask her when we find her. But Javier is the one we're after. Not his daughter. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
Where the hell did that thing even come from?
We're somewhere near the dam entrance, right?
Yeah, this looks familiar.
Well, I hope you got a good memory, 'cause I've got no clue where we are.
Only one way to find out. Let's do this.
That's what I want to hear.
Go right first.
Wait, that way's a dead end.
Let's go back!
My guess is that going around the other
Right
ways.
back where we started.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
charge.
I kind of like the look of those things, honestly.
It won't open. Forget it. Let's go around the other way.
Oh, that's Anubis. One thing I don't like about the shotgun is you can't interrupt the reload.
Check it out.
Oh, those things look like Jerusalem crickets. Man, they're starting to give me like a lot of money here in these later chapters. It's kind of nice. I mean, like, that's like almost 1,000. Fine with that. Oh noes, I don't have any green herbs. Let's go straight.
Let's go this way.
It's just gonna wrap around anyways, so. Yeah, it just wraps around.
Water's rising! It's another trap! Yeah! We need to get out of here!
I thought I had grenades! Which I do not. Let us fix that. I thought I had grenades equipped to that. You know, I am curious though if I do upgrade the bolt gun if it gets any better. Honestly, though, I'm not sure.
It's about time, too. Yeah, no shit. We can't fight here! Go! Go! Yeah!
Dude, freaking hell. Oh, I got a thing. I didn't know there was one there. Alright, cool.
Must mean Javier doesn't want us to find whatever it is he's hiding.
Sounds like it's flooded in here. We'll need to cut the water off first. There's gotta be a valve around here somewhere.
Leon!
Manuela! How did you get here?
Oh, did she get swept away with us
so
too?
Glad that you're alive. I thought that something might have happened to you. It's all Father's fault. I'm just glad that
You're not with Javier?
I ran away.
Manuela, did he do something to you?
Where did he touch you?
The door can't hold the pressure much longer. We need to stop the water.
Look! The valves! Over there!
Look, it's not an odd question. I mean,
This
freaking
must be it. I think this will stop the water.
Birkin impregnated his daughter, so... So Leon, that's a legit question. Although I really need some healing.
Manuela, behind you!
Help me!
Talk about that.
We'll take out the zombies. Manuela, you go shut the valve.
Okay. This is the last one.
Oops, I accidentally shot Manuela in the head.
Looks like he found us.
They must be after Manuela.
So this is our only way out. It's still not opening.
No. This is the water. Why won't it open?
We're running out of time here.
It's open!
Hurry!
Look out!
It's so fast!
I mean, it doesn't really matter. One hit's still gonna kill me, but better than being in red. Oh. Oh, we're back. I'm not having any help again.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's a
This
Steve
place
monster.
is just full of surprises. Krauser, let's go!
Looks really cool, though. Look at that. That light had more than the gold stack. You know, I have to give it credit for a Wii game. This is pretty impressive as far as environments is concerned. It doesn't look bad.
It'd be nice if we could finish this up before nightfall, huh?
This will take us to the top of the dam.
Really? Would it? I guess these stairs go up. Oh, there we go. I will, indeed.
I don't see any hostiles. Wishful thinking.
Damn, this thing is ugly.
Another one? Great, now there's two of them. Don't let them get too close. We can take them out one at a time.
You'll protect me, won't you?
No. That's very
One
strong.
to go. Nice.
Nice. Shoo. All right.
Manuela, I need to ask you something before we find your father. Why are you running away from him? Why did Javier infect you with the Veronica virus? And what did he mean by too late?
You know, I shouldn't even be standing here, given the circumstances.
Hey, Will, we should get some cream on
virus.
that.
I was injected with it as part of my treatment.
Treatment?
It wasn't my fault. My doctor diagnosed me with the same disease my mother had. He told me there was no chance of recovery. And all we could find out was that only people living in this area contracted it. It killed my mother. But somehow,
Somehow we what? Oh, look at that. 20,600 gold just acquired in that one. Yeah, in that one mission. That's insane. All right. Well then, that's a straight S across the board. Javier Hidalgo, Plague Crawler, South American Bat, Jabberwocker S3, the Ivy plus YX, Battery Pack, Mining Room Key, Get Well Card, Javier's Private Messages, Scarred Communication from Krauser 2, Operation Javier 3 Expert. All right, let's upgrade a little bit here. I feel like this is a stupid decision, but that's as good as it gets, huh? Alright. Alright, onwards to the next mission.
Manuela told us everything she knew. When she was 15, she contracted the same fatal disease that her mother had. The Veronica virus was used as a form of treatment, and consequently she recovered. It must have strengthened her cells. However, the virus can severely damage its host's brain cells, and if incompatible, will take them over. Completely. Even Ashford's researchers were unable to control it. There appears to be no exception to this, outside of Javier's treatment of Manuela. Somehow, he's managed to keep her from turning into a monster.
Leon. We should take care of the girl before it gets too late. It's only a matter of time, Leon. Before she becomes a threat.
Javier knows something. He's been able to prevent Manuela from transforming. I have to take her with me and find out how.
Antivirus weapon protocol number 7600. You're on a special assignment for the President.
My mission is to eradicate this virus once and for all. And with your help, I intend to do just that.
Well, I am a soldier. And if your orders are from the President, then I'm on your side.
Well, I mean, you haven't been
Let's
on my
go.
side this whole time?
Time to kick some ass.
He sure went all out on security.
Maybe he doesn't like door-to-door salesmen.
Welcome home, Manuela. Into my widow friend. Please, accept my sincere gratitude for returning my daughter. Now, bring Manuela to me and kill the American.
There's so many!
Get ready.
So this is Javier's army, huh?
The sacred snakes.
What is he doing?
Strap of grenades.
Let's
How
use
the
him
hell
to
did
our
I get
advantage.
hurt?
There's more of them.
I'm already dead. Something took like half my health. Like right from the start.
Run, now!
Sit your ass down.
Look, it's our welcoming party.
You really shouldn't have.
This
Did I
way!
take more damage from that
There's an
too?
underground passage.
Alright, I think maybe shooting the grenades are a bad idea. Yeah. Let's say it's probably a bad idea.
It's dark in here.
What is this?
I'm gonna switch out. I just don't see the
POW
practical use of the
storeroom?
bow gun.
Looks like it.
Well, let's not wait around for inventory.
Shit.
coming!
God damn. Dude, my hits are just, my guns are just not hitting, like. Come on, give me headshots. You may wonder where those bullets are going.
There must be a way out somewhere.
This looks promising.
Good job, kid.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What the hell's going on in here?
Javier's victims.
Why would he?
Let's keep going. We need to find this guy.
Where do we go?
Let's try this way.
Hey, was there two of them in there? I guess is that other way just wraps around.
That was close.
Look, a letter.
Who are these guys?
They were my doctors. It's my fault. I made them tell me how they cured my illness. And then my father...
It is all your fault.
What was that?
Man, those Anubis ones are getting a little tougher.
Watch out!
Ow! What the?
So where the hell is Javier?
There is one place I can look. Somewhere I was never allowed to go.
Take us there.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
It's a greenhouse.
Yeah, more like a botanical garden.
What the hell is that?
You don't want to know.
Not again!
I mean, they're really not tough, dude. I think normal zombies are tougher.
Leon, look.
That's the former researcher from Umbrella.
Where?
We needed to question him.
Who?
He's no good to us now. We have no choice. We gotta go up.
I had no idea who they were even talking about. Man, I have to say, man, this chick's been in her bare feet. My guess is that's the Veronica. Fallopian tube.
We need to get out of here. You okay?
Yes.
What is this?
Well, it sure ain't the guest room. Careful.
God, dude.
What is this place?
Well, it sure ain't the guest room. Careful. Play, huh?
What's in there?
Like I
I
made
had a
us
bad feeling about this.
trying to hit the reload button and end up healing.
These are all human organs.
The missing girls. Manuela!
Her organs must be transplanted regularly.
What are you talking about?
It helps with the pain, keeping the virus at bay. But that's only for the first 15 years.
If you had just let me die, none of this would have ever happened.
No. I couldn't just watch you die. In nature, the predators who prey on others only grow stronger and thrive.
You crazy, selfish old fool!
Considering you brought my daughter back, I will grant your death's meaning.
Well, thanks, I guess. Oh, giant sea monster.
Back in the village.
Manuela, don't come out! Stay in there!
I haven't done any damage to it yet.
Damn it! How are we supposed to kill it now?
Ooh, ow. Oh. Lovely.
Didn't we fight this thing back in the village?
Manuela, don't come out! Stay in there! Damn it! How are we supposed to kill it now?
Not stand here. See, like, I don't have
We can climb those!
Come on, hurry!
shoot it when its mouth
Let's try
opens?
taking it down from here. How do you like that? Give it up already? Got you now.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna eat her.
Manuela?
From the dark, our great river will watch you as you dream.
Manuela, get out of here!
Manuela, stop singing!
I'm okay. I don't know why, but if I sing this song, it would attack me.
Right, because it's its
no.
mom.
Krauser, let's go! Now, hurry! Come on! Son of a bitch! This way, move! Careful, don't fall. Really pissing me off.
God damn it.
Didn't we fight this thing back in the village? Manuela, don't come out! Stay in there! Damn it! How are we supposed to kill it now? We can climb those! Come on! Hurry! Go! Now! Let's try taking it down from here! How do you like that, huh?
We know what's gonna happen here. We're gonna do this.
Give it up already! Got you now! Ah! Damn it! We've got to take it out! We need to slow it down somehow!
The trees above protect
Manuela?
you from the dark. Our great river will watch you as you dream.
Manuela, get out of here!
Manuela, stop singing!
I'm okay. I don't know why, but if I sing this song, it would attack me.
Oh no! Krauser, let's go! Now, hurry! Come on! Son of a bitch! This way, move!
She ain't stupid.
Careful, don't fall. Really close we are. Watch out! Who the hell did get it? Come on, we can do this!
Oh, I get it. Shoot it in the giblets.
Javier's gone. We gotta go after him.
I missed 2 rockets.
Krauser!
You okay? It's nothing.
Mother? I don't want to live if it means others have to die.
Well, score was good, time was garbage, enemies eliminated garbage, headshots garbage, overall garbage score. Was sure I can kill more enemies though. South American Ant, Mercenary Zombie, Sacred Serpent, Javier's Mansion. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to work my way through that mission again so I can get the remaining stuff here. Let's go ahead and customize weapons, and then we'll call it here. Alright, friends. Well, as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. It means a lot that you took time out of your day to spend it with little old me. So, with that being said, I will see you in the next video. And, yeah. Alright, friends. Talk to you later. Bye-bye!